Hello and welcome, Cancerians. Welcome to an important reading that you need to hear right now. This reading, we're setting the intention that it be applicable for the next 30 days of your life. So whenever you watch this video, it doesn't matter if you watch it as soon as I release it or if you find it later in life, whenever it is, know that the next 30 days are what we're dealing with. So I have got all sorts of decks on the table. I am shuffling. We are going to get straight into it to see what do you need to know about the next 30 days. And we're starting off with an oracle deck, with an oracle card, and oh, I like this. So Cancerians, you have the card of patience, and it's telling you down the bottom here, through the darkness, oopsie, if I can even get it to focus, through the darkness and to the light. So this is Spirit saying to you, Cancerians, that right now you are going through a difficult period. You know, it's not easy. There are things that you are struggling with. There are things that you are fighting against, if I can put it that way. You know, it's like every day is a challenge and a struggle and a fight and a complication and an etc, etc, etc. But the truth of the matter is that we have to go through the darkness to get to the light. We have to be patient with ourselves, because sometimes there is just a process. Sometimes it's just a process of things that need to unfold. So this is Spirit saying to you, Cancerians, to first of all, number one is to acknowledge the darkness, okay? To acknowledge the challenge, the hardships, the difficulties, the things that are causing pain and discomfort. Because we tend to go through life not really acknowledging for ourselves what it is that we're going through. We tend to want to suppress the whole time. We tend to want to hold back. And when we do that, when we don't face our challenges head on, you know, it's almost like we get into this energy of avoidance. And when we're in an energy of avoidance, we're not able to learn, achieve, and accomplish the things that we need to. So this is Spirit saying to you, Cancerians, that you need to be patient, because things are changing, things are moving, but we are going through the darkness and to the light, but we have to get through the darkness first. We have to. You can't skip it. You can't bypass it. You can't go around it. You have to actually just go through that. All right. So I am going to put that. I need to make some space. Put that card down. I have it here in front of me. I will be showing you all the time, but I want to get some clarity on what is this darkness that you're experiencing? What is the challenges that you are going through or that you need to face over the next 30 days? So I'm shuffling the tarot, asking the question, what is it that you are needing to deal with? What is this darkness that you're needing to get through before we can get to the light, or so that we can get to the light? Right, so tarot is shuffled. Oh, look at that. You know what? Sometimes Spirit has such a sense of humor. So as you know, right, the oracle card that I drew is the card of patience. And it's Spirit saying to you, you have to get through the darkness. You have to do the work. You have to face the challenges head on in order to get to the light. And the first tarot card I draw for you is the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is the card of patience. It is the card of understanding the work that you need to do, but doing the work. You know, the example here in the artwork is of planting a seed. When you plant a seed, and I'm going to use an apple tree, right? You decide you want an apple tree. So you take a little apple seed and you plant it into the ground. You don't the very next day suddenly have apples. You know, you have to look after that apple seed. You have to wait for it to germinate, wait for it to grow, wait for it to develop into a full tree, while constantly taking care of it, nurturing it, making sure the weeds and the nunus and whatever else are not getting to it. And only after many, many years is the tree able to start bearing fruit. And even then, when it starts bearing fruit, your first year or two, you're not going to get the greatest of fruit, but then suddenly it comes into its power. It is about understanding the patience before we get into the light. So this is confirmation, absolute confirmation that I have read the story correctly, that I understand the message that Spirit are giving you. So Cancerian, Spirit are telling you that in order to reap the benefits, in order to reap the fruit, you have to be patient. So rewards are coming for you. There is absolutely no doubt about that. Good times, good things are coming, but you've got to nurture, take care, and do the work of one foot in front of the other. You've got to keep pushing through all of that before it's going to happen. So the question I was asking is, what is the darkness? This doesn't tell us what the darkness is. This just confirms that we're talking the same story, that we're talking the right story. So the next tarot card I've pulled here is the Two of Coins. Let's just see if I can get the camera to focus. But what I want you to note here is looking at his legs, okay? Can you see that he's sort of, he's standing very unevenly. He's standing on a weird creature, okay? We can see here he's standing on a weird creature, and things are a little bit crazy. He's not feeling very balanced. He's feeling like things are going to fall any minute. And this is the darkness that you're going through. Life for you at the moment, Cancerians, doesn't have balance. There's too much of one thing and too little of something else. There is no balance. You are very unbalanced, and it doesn't take much for things to tip all over again. And you're trying very hard to keep and to maintain equilibrium, but the truth of the matter is you're struggling. The truth of the matter is this is the darkness that you are going through at the moment, but it's also the darkness you have to go through at the moment. We can't avoid it. We can't skip it. We can't go past it. We have to go through it. So Spirit is saying to you that you are doing your best, but your best is like, maybe there's a little bit of impatience, maybe there's a little bit of wanting to speed up and fast forward and get through. But the truth of the matter is you are finding it really difficult to maintain your equilibrium. You are finding it really difficult to figure out where your energy needs to be. And at the moment it's like there's too much in one area and not enough attention or focus in another area. So I'm going to ask you, Cancerians, right now, just to take a second and just to ask yourself, where are you putting too much of your energy? Where are you putting too much of yourself? And what aspects of your own life, what aspects of your own self are being neglected at the moment? And you should be quite easily and quite simply be able to highlight that in your head right now, to be able to acknowledge it for yourself as to where these shortcomings are coming in. And we need to have the patience to do the work that needs to be done, to get us through those steps so that we can move out of the darkness and into the light. It's not easy. I'm not even going to pretend. I'm not even going to pretend. But, sometimes we tend to put blinkers on. And sometimes we tend to avoid and as I mentioned earlier on, go into avoidance where we don't want to really face and deal with the situations of what's going on in front of us, because it's hard, because it hurts, and it hurts here in the heart space. And we all know, Cancerians, that your hearts are not here in your chest, they're on your sleeve, they're everywhere. You are your heart, you are your emotions, which is not a negative, it's not a bad thing. But suppressing and holding down is the shortfall, is where we are going wrong. I'm going to take another tarot because I want to see. So I was only originally supposed to take two tarot. That was the plan, right? We were just going to take two. But I suddenly heard Spirit saying, take another, take another. And now I understand why. So the card that we have here is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups talks about new emotions. Ace of Cups talks about new energies. Can you see all the hearts everywhere on this card? So the Ace of Cups is about new emotion, new love, new connections, new feelings that are coming through. Okay, so now the camera only wants to focus on that and not focus on me. There we go. So Ace of Cups is about a new emotional energy that's coming into your life. So this is fabulous. So this is Spirit sort of saying to you, right now there's all sorts of challenges in front of you. There's all sorts of things that are scary that you don't really want to face, you don't really want to deal with. We're trying to avoid, we're trying to go around it. But the truth of the matter is we have to deal with it. We have to acknowledge and process and deal with whatever it is that's going on. And the reward for the patience, the reward for the patience is going to be a new energy, a new individual, a new love, a new connection that's going to come into your life. But this is only possible. This is only possible, Cancerians, if you do the work that needs to be done. If you find your equilibrium, find your balance, and not put too much energy into certain aspects of your life while completely and utterly ignoring other aspects of your life. All right. I'm going to take another from the Oracle because we want to just expand on the story and see what else Spirit is saying. I love this. Like, honestly, I love this. So Cancerians, this is Spirit telling you that this is your life purpose, what you're working towards, what's coming up for you, the thing that's happening right now. Okay, this darkness that you need to work through, this circumstance that you need to go through at the moment, is to take you to your life purpose, to bring you to that place of understanding, of acceptance, of truth. And at the bottom it says, manifest your dreams. So when we are fearful, nervous, anxious, when we are in suppressed emotion state, that is what you are manifesting. You are manifesting more fear, more stress, and more anxiety. But when you face it head on, when you are strong and brave, when you are using your own talent and skills and abilities, and most importantly, your patience, to get through the challenges, to get through the darkness, suddenly you arrive on the other side feeling stronger, more confident, better, healthier, and more capable than you've ever felt. And that is your life purpose. So Cancerians, we know that Cancerians, if you ask anybody to describe a Cancerian, the word emotion is going to come into the sentence in some way, shape, or form, because you guys are the emotional carriers. You are the nurturers. You are the ones that want to take care of everybody, make everybody else feel better, even if it is at your own detriment. And now Spirit is saying to you that it's time for you to walk through the darkness, to walk through your own challenges, your own hardships, your own difficulties, so that you can get to the light, because in the light is your true life purpose. The reason why you exist, the reason why you're having the challenges and the difficulties that you are experiencing, is to help you get to your life purpose. Now, I know that's super cliche. Like, I can almost see you rolling your eyes at me going, oh, you come on, you know. But when we talk about a life purpose, we're not talking about a singular moment in time. We're not talking about a singular event. When we talk about life purpose, it's about the reason why you have the challenges, the reason why you have the difficulties. What is the lesson? What is the lesson that your soul needs to learn? What is the lesson that you've come onto this earth plane to experience? And that is your life purpose. That is the journey that you're on at the moment. Okay, we can't avoid it. And what happens, like, and I'm going to say to you again, Cancerians, if you look at your life over the last couple of months, the last couple of weeks, the last couple of years, even, let's even extend it to a couple of years, I'm sure you will realize that there are certain things that happen on repeat. So you may find yourself, and I'm going to use relationships as a very broad example here, okay? This is not going to be valid or relevant or appropriate to every single one of you, but just hear the moral, hear the story. So I'm shuffling cards while I'm chatting. So if you are single and you are looking for a partner, I'm explaining a lesson on repeat here, a situation or a circumstance on repeat. So somebody amazing comes into your life. You meet them, you spend time with them, you fall in love, it's fabulous, it's wonderful, it's great. And then all of a sudden the person dumps you and moves on. You're left on your own. So you go through the mourning period, you go through dealing with the heartache, dealing with the pain and the discomfort, dealing with all of that. And then when you find yourself feeling brave and strong and capable, you put yourself out on the market again. The same person comes back, somebody different comes back, but there's a new connection, there's a new relationship. And now, oh wow, it's wonderful, it's fabulous, it's all of that. And again, heartbreak, disappointment, left behind. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing. It might be different circumstances, it may be different people, but it's the same scenario over and over and over again. And this is what I'm hearing from Spirit, Cancerians, is that your life at the moment, there is something on repeat. There is something on repeat. And it's while we are building, growing, developing our tree that's going to give us our fruit. What is our fruit? Our fruit is our life purpose. It's the end result of the hardship. It's the end result of the patience. Comes back to the patience. It's the end result of the patience that we are working towards. And you are so close. So this tunnel that you're walking in at the moment, it's not a train tunnel. That light at the end is not a train coming towards you. It's the end of the tunnel. So you can think it's a train, turn around and run in the opposite direction. What have you achieved? Nothing. Rather, as even though your heart is pounding in your chest and the fear is there, and even though you feel as if you're going to fall over and collapse at any minute, you have to just keep carrying on, moving on, finding your equilibrium, finding your balance, trudging on, moving forward. Because you know what? At the end of it, there is something beautiful that waits you. And that something beautiful is going to make you so happy. And happiness is the most important thing. I've got a different tarot deck. I'm going to draw some cards from that just to get some to get some further insight. Um, I have to giggle. Oh my gosh, Cancerians, I have to giggle. So we have a bat, and most people go, ew, a bat. Most people don't like a bat. What I love about bats is the fact that they hang upside down. The fact that they do only at night, they're blind, they operate with the hearing only, they hang upside down, they sleep in the daytime, they're awake in the nighttime. They do everything a little bit upside down, a little bit differently. Is that wrong? No, it works fabulously for them. It works really, really well for them. But can we see as well that our bat has this gorgeous rainbow above his head? If I turn it that way, then he doesn't look so scary, does he? He doesn't look so scary at all. It almost looks like he's just wrapped himself up in his little cape. But look at the rainbow. How beautiful is that rainbow? Okay. This is card 12, and it is the card of waking up. And this is Spirit saying to you, Cancerians, that this period, this next 30 days in your life are so, so, so important. If you don't make any changes, if you live with suppressed emotions and holding yourself back, you are not going to experience the happiness, the joy, the abundance that is available to you. You're not going to experience life. This is Spirit telling you that this is your wake-up call. If you needed a wake-up call, if you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. This is it. This is your sign. It's time for you to start reaping the rewards of all the work that you've put in the past. You have been through an incredibly difficult journey. It has not been easy. It has been hard. It has been tough. But you know what? You are that close to getting the fruit off your tree. Where's my tree? You are that close to reaping the rewards and getting the fruit that is yours, that you've worked so hard for. It is so close. So are you going to give up now, or are you going to persevere and push? Again, the sense of humor that Spirit have for you at the moment. So here we have card 2. And I'm going to say to you, these two cards, if I let me hide my face, put these two cards, oh, I can't even do it. These two cards are the same card, okay? This one over here is the 2 of coins. This one over here is the 2 of green, the 2 of earth, which is the 2 of coins. This is the same card that I've drawn. The pictures are different. The images are different. The situations are different. Here, if we hold the right one up, so here we have a whole lot of these very delicate, very beautiful Easter eggs. Now, we are in our next 30 days. We do have an Easter period, okay? So here we have all of these very delicate, very beautiful Easter eggs, and they're all piled on top of each other. I don't know about you, but the last time I piled eggs like that, I ended up with a bit of issues, right? The eggs are so delicate. They are so fragile, and if you pile them on top of each other like that, there is a chance, a little bit of a wobble, a little bit of a shake, and the eggs are going to fall, and they're going to break, and they're going to be a waste. So why is the key word here honesty, though? This is what we need to look at. Why is the key word here honesty? Because if you are not honest with yourself about how much you are struggling to maintain equilibrium, if you are not honest with yourself about how much you are struggling to cope, to survive, to find your center, to balance, to maintain yourself. If you are not honest with yourself about that, then how can you ever stabilize yourself? So honesty is the way that you find your equilibrium that's going to lead you to your true life purpose. But you do have to be patient because you're not finished going through the dark tunnel yet. So, Cancerians, we need to wake up and to realize that the time is running out on you. As much as Spirit is saying be patient because you've got to work through the darkness, but you also need to understand that you are so close to the end of the darkness. But if you don't initiate making the changes, if you don't do the work that needs to be done, if you are not honest with yourself around what your situation is, around what it is that you need to do and how you need to do it, you will never find your equilibrium and find your balance. You know, let's be honest, life is never going to be problem free. As much as we would love for that to happen, it's never going to happen. Life is never going to be just so simple and so uncomplicated. Life is never going to be a walk in the park, because that's not why we came here. That's not why we chose to incarnate in this time now. We chose to incarnate in this time now because we want to experience the joy, the beauty, the abundance that there is, but we also want to learn as a human being, as love, as a soul. We want to learn what is unconditional love. What does that actually mean? But how can you value and appreciate unconditional love if you haven't been without, if you haven't been in a situation where you've had to face a challenge or a complication? So unconditional love is the most important thing here. And that is, without a doubt, your life purpose. Your life purpose is to experience the abundance, of love, the abundance of happiness, the abundance of joy. And the only way that you can do that is by stepping out of or stepping through the darkness that you're going through at the moment. And in order to do that, you've got to be patient with yourself and to understand that every single step on the journey is valid, relevant, and appropriate. All right. So Cancerians, let's finish this reading off with one final card from the Oracle deck. And I just love this. You know, this just sort of puts it all into perspective, everything that I have given you from Spirit already. And it is the card of authenticity. Now, I want you to note that this lady is carrying a basket on her head. Inside the basket, we have beautiful owls, okay? Owls represent wisdom, they represent understanding, they represent knowledge, they represent all of those kind of good things. She could have carried them here in her heart, but she's chosen to carry them above her head. And can you see across the bottom here, what does it say? It says, let your truth be heard. And this is exactly the thing. It's about having the patience, understanding equilibrium, but also realizing that you have the right to express yourself. You have the right to be heard. Your darkness, your challenges, they are significant. They are relevant. Don't internalize everything. Put it above your head. Hold it above your head bravely, confidently, happily, and excitedly. You know, don't suppress and don't hide. Be authentic around what it is that you're going through. If you're having a bad day, don't be afraid to tell people. If you're struggling, don't be afraid to tell people. If you need a bit of space, if you need people to back off, don't be afraid to tell people. You know, why is it that we have to suppress our own energies just to please the people around us? And I think, Cancerians, the message for you here is no more. It's time for you to stand in your truth, to acknowledge what it is you're going through, and to not suppress what it is that you're experiencing, because what you're experiencing matters. And what you're experiencing is important to you. You are never going to achieve your life purpose if you constantly suppress, suppress, suppress. So stand tall, stand confident, stand proud, stand in your true, authentic self, and allow yourself the opportunity to get through this darkness, because right on the other side of that lies the happiness, the joy, and the success that you are looking for. The love, the unconditional love that you are waiting for is there for you on the other side. So Cancerians, wishing you the next 30 days of truth, of authenticity, of love and happiness. And I look forward to connecting with you again in 30 days' time. Much love and many blessings from my heart to yours. Take care.